There is nothing better than knockout after knockout after knockout. And that's what we got this past weekend. BKFC Fight Night in Philly. Yesterday, actually. Yesterday in Philly. God, time flies, man, when you're having fun. And that's what we got at the 2300 Arena as BKFC Philly went off with a bang. Once again, potential contenders already just determined from this fight card for the welterweight strap, which is on the line this next weekend coming up in Sturgis. It's going to be a dope ass event as well. Gogo Slavetsky takes on Julian Lane for the strap up in Sturgis, and we may already have a contender. We may see the first person up on tap for whoever wins that fight. And let's talk about it. Welcome back, everyone, to Combat Corner, powered by Come On Now, the podcast. I'm your host, Rudy Rodriguez Showmont. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, ring the bell, leave a comment. Appreciate y'all. Continue to support all of the channels that I have. Let's talk about this fight, man. The main event, Dustin Pague versus Ryan Peterson. Man, that was a slobber knocker. Dustin Pague comes away with the second round finish. 29 seconds into the second round. I mean, what a fight that was. Ryan Peterson rocks Pague early with a big overhand right that splits open Pague's eye. And it was one of those things where it's like almost like the thumb knuckle went right into the eye socket and split him up on the top and on the bottom. And Pague said after that he couldn't see anything. It was all black. He couldn't see anything. So the fact that he kept fighting and got himself back into this fight was rather remarkable. Now, Pague's only loss has been the Carlos Trinidad Snake, where he lost to him. Who also fought for the belt at 65. Now, again, this was an amazing performance in terms of the adversity that he overcame. He came back. He rocked Peterson and late in the first round. I really thought Peterson would finish the fight. It didn't happen because Pague is a warrior, and they go into the second round, and Pague finishes the fight. Then, I mean, again, great battle. David Feldman doubles their paychecks in the ring, which is pretty badass as always. I mean, the BKFC always does these special types of things because as a growing organization, they're going to do things differently. It's going to be outside the box. It's not going to be with a bow, man. You got to adjust on the fly, and that's what they're good at doing that. So, big time win. Will Dustin Pague will he get a shot at the winner? Let's find. We'll find out. But let's take a look at what happened at the fight. This is courtesy of the BKFC Instagram page. As I said, main event so good that David Feldman doubles their pay. Take a listen.
Did you hear that? That fist on face. So bad. I mean, but look, Peterson's still moving, still ducking. He's trying to fire back. Throwing hard shot. Both guys just looking for that one punch to get change the knockout. It was that right hand. Peterson's too hurt. He's probably should have taken a knee. But hard to threw a shot at Glenn. That's right. Dave Feldman's mind just got blown.
It is in these situations, I'll be real, where I do wish, I just realized I have the wrong thing here. My pause be like this. It's one of those things where I do wish that they would, where I agree with Chris Lights on Lido right there, where I wish he would have taken a knee there, because I think if he takes a knee, he can recover and we have a fight that continues to go on. But because he didn't take the knee, the referee stops the fight. And it's one of those funky little nuances in fighting, especially in the BKFC. You take the 8 count, take the knee, catch your breath, and see if you can continue. But because he didn't go down, it's almost like because he didn't go down, he got penalized for not going down. And that kind of sucks in the way that ended because he was still standing. He was rocked. He was hurt. But if he'd taken a knee, Pague has to back up. He gets to get back up. He gets to take a breath. Maybe regain himself. Maybe he gets knocked out in the next 5 seconds. Who knows? But I do agree with Chris Lights Out Lido there. He should have taken a knee.
Look, guys, I go in the back. You guys don't know this. I go in the back, and I tell these guys to fight their ass off for me and for the fans. You guys like that shit? Hey, guys, important announcement. Your both pays are double tonight.
Here's what makes this so cool, and I want people to understand this. For those of you who are not familiar with BKFC, and I hope I can educate you on the sport, if you haven't heard about it from anybody else. Look at the right here. These are fighters that are commenting on this. Fighters. Mike Perry, Esteban Rodriguez, Mohawk. I'll have a video popping up with him that's going to be coming out tomorrow. Brian El Gallo Duran, Nathan Rivera, Austin Trout, Jessica Borga. Gilbert Burns, could he end up in the BKFC at some point? Cynthia Calvillo, could she end up in the BKFC at some point? You got fighters that are commenting on here because this is what this is what this organization is like. It's not, it's a business, but it's a different feeling than just some large corporation. You know what I mean? So some of the photos. God, that's a nasty shot right there. Jesus. I wish we would have I wish they had the shot that actually split Pague open. It was crazy. Look at the rest of the night. I mean, again, everything was a stoppage. Everything was a stoppage. I mean, you go into the co-main event with Rosa Rodriguez and Gabriel Ramon
in BKFC. There was a beautiful body. Oh, okay. I saw the body shot. It was the left hand afterwards.
That body shot to head combo was nasty. That was nasty. And that's when she finished the fight in round 3. Rosa Rodriguez is now up for a possible fight with Britt Hart at 115. I thought she was a 125 fighter, and she is, but she's talking about cutting 10 pounds to face Britt Hart for the belt. Britt Hart doesn't have any competition at this point, and now there's conversation about Britt Hart. So I'm interested to see about the weight cutting because I thought she'd be up in line to be looking, trying to get a spot to fight Christina Faria. But it looks more like they need a contestant, a competitor for Britt Hart. Rosa Rodriguez, I don't believe has ever lost a fight, a boxing match. She's undefeated in BKFC. I could swear she's undefeated in boxing too. She's never lost a fight. So it definitely would be interesting.
I wanted to try this fight for a 115-pound fight, but it didn't happen. But for a championship, sure, why not? Let's take it. Britt wants a challenge. I could be that challenge. If she's down with it, I'm down with it too.
So this fight she was trying to make 115 for this fight. They fought at 25. Definitely an interesting fight. Definitely an interesting fight. My biggest concern for her would be the cardio component because cutting an extra 10 pounds, you're going to suck yourself dry and it's going to be tough. But let's see if she can do it. Love to see it. Then we got our boy, Johnny Cannoli. Johnny Garbarino, the Philly boy, in his backyard, South Philly's finest. Smashes the cannoli across the stomach of his competitor. And, this fight was another dominating performance by Garbarino. Dropped him multiple times in the first round. Survives the second round, and he finishes the fight off rather quickly in round 2 via knockout at 148 of round 2. So it's just some shots Garbarino will have a scratch on him after this fight. The volume here. Ooh, big right overhand right. I think that was the end of the fight right there. Like he took more shots to his chest. The
jab from southpaw.
That was it. That was the 5th knockdown at that point. That was the 5th knockdown by that point. This fight was over with. There you go. He did mention that this fight was in memory of a friend of his on the shirt. Obviously, a tough situation. Prayers to him and his family. But what's up next for Johnny Garbarino, man? He wants to fight in Jersey. He said it. And there's a 3 weeks later, there's a fight in Italy. Can he possibly do both? Would love to see it. I think if there's a guy cut out for it, I think he might be that guy. Would love to see him jump in there. If he has no damage, I'm sure he would love to fight in Italy. So we'll see what happens, man. Alessio Sakara, man. Alessio Sakara. Obviously, there was a plan in place with Alessio Sakara against Eric Lozano. And the hope was obviously that Sakara would get the job done. I mean, that's just logical. They have the fight card coming up in Italy on October 25th, I believe is the date. And they need an opponent for Chris Camozzi. And Chris Camozzi is obviously going to go defend his strap again in Italy. And with a win, even though it was Alessio Sakara's first fight in BKFC, the man has a long history of fighting, and he's Italian. And what better situation than having the Italian go back to fight in Italy, man? It would be pretty badass, in my opinion. So, the fight early on was a little bit of a struggle for him. He took some damage from Lozano, but he fought back hard and got the job done via second round knockout, second round stoppage at 48 seconds of round 2. And big performance, man. I mean, you see, he suffered some damage, like I said. Suffered some damage.
He's really big left hand. He's had knockdown number 2. You can just see the energy level. Restart. He's really
That was the end of the fight right there. And then they had the face off, he and Camozzi. Sakara's been around forever, man. Camozzi obviously defended his strap in Italy. I hope we see the Camozzi fight in America as well. But he's probably going to be fighting. He's obviously going to be headlining that card in Italy again. And we got the Italian American versus the Italian. So let's see what happens. This could be a fun scrap right here. So moving on. You got Pat Sullivan, Austin Peterson. Don't know if they have any video on that. Oh, might as well. Here, okay, they do have video on it. Good, because that fight lasted 15 seconds. Pat Sullivan came out like a bat out of hell, rock and sock'em robot, and made quick work here.
Presentación oficial
Well, this is Spanish.
entre
This
estos
will be
dos
funny.
peleadores, Pat Sullivan y Austin Peterson, en la categoría de los pesos pluma. Aquí están entonces Sullivan de vendaje azul y de rojo, su contraparte aquí viene con todo, entrando con el castigo, lo manda a la lona justamente Sullivan a Peterson en los primeros segundos del primer asalto.
Yeah, what I want to do here is I want to see how this fight went. I'm going to time this on my phone because I think guys get shortchanged. I think if a fight actually would, and I do believe that if you have a fight that goes and has a stoppage, right? Whether it's the 10 count or not, I think the count should realistically be based off of when you got dropped. I don't think it should be based off of when they count to, because he never got up. I don't believe remember him ever getting up. So let's show this again, because he dropped him inside of like 5 seconds.
Both men. Round number 1. Throwing up from scratch in the white tracks is Pat Sullivan. Black tracks into the canvas.
Okay, he dropped him in 3.96 seconds. That's my count. 3.96 seconds. They said this fight was 15 seconds. I guess.
This is Austin Peterson. Peterson took some hard shots. Both men.
It was just straight rock'em sock'em robot. The only shot that Peterson landed on Sullivan was a jab that actually cut him open in his mouth. But other than that, he didn't land another shot. It's a big performance. And then we had the tribute to Hulk Hogan from Cody Vital in his fight versus Reese Horn. That was an absolute slobber knocker of a fight. Great fight between both those two guys. They brought it. That's the fight that actually lasted longer than any other fight last night. Round 4 stoppage by Vital. Both guys fought their asses off. Let's take a look at Vital's. Let's take a look at the fight, actually.
When you see throwing the ring fire. Left hand. That's a knockdown number 2. Well, he's hurt badly, Sean. He might just want to stay down. Obviously. When you see throwing the ring fire. Leading with home right with the man. Then the underhook. Huge left hand. Knockdown number 3. We are done. Victory with emphasis for Cody Vital. And what a great fight.
Huge performance by Cody Vital. Tip your cap off to him. And those two guys brought that fight in this particular fight. Moving into Elijah Harris and Isaiah Carson. Last time we saw Carson fight, he put out Jared Lennon in like 15 seconds. Well, this time it happened to him, and it was nasty, like straight up nasty. Elijah Harris could be the next guy in this division at featherweight. I mean, he has a shot to be something here because he hits hard. I want to watch this in Spanish as well. Let's take a look.
Aquí en BKFC suena la campana y se viene con todo. Ahí está justamente el primer guante azul que pone hacia la lona justamente a Isaiah Carson. Sonó la campana y lo mandó a la lona y se terminó. Se terminó. Le duró.
Okay, so what you're seeing there, yo, he landed so fast. He had Isaiah Carson doing the stanky leg. I mean, yo, he was out on his feet. That I don't know what the hell Elijah Williams is packing in his hands, but it's some serious power, next level power, which will be very dangerous at 45. There's a lot of fights to make for this dude at 45 because this is 45 and 55 are probably the two deepest divisions in BKFC. The men's 45 with Kai Sortis champion, 55 where they have a tournament now. The depth of the sport, the depth between these two particular divisions is crazy. And there's gonna be a lot of guys that you put for Elijah Williams. Take a look at this as well. Okay. I want to time this one as well. He got dropped in 2.66 seconds. That's what I clocked it. But I want you to watch this again, actually, because look at how quick he gets hit. But look at the look on. I mean, he's out. Oh, he's out. The first punch landed, he was out. He doesn't even know where he is. Look at his eyes. You know, he's not. Look at that. That first shot absolutely starched him. Oh my God. Bro, that power must be insane to do that on the first punch. And you see it coming. Oh my God. Yeah, that's a big time win. Big time win. And then we had the free fights. The card started off great as well. Dalvin Blair and Jason D'Annunzio. Dalvin Blair drops D'Annunzio 5 times. Big time performance by Dalvin Blair. That was the end right there. That was a jab that ended the fight right there.
He can't just take punches. Slight cut now under Dalvin Blair's left arm.
That didn't stop him. He got up. He got dropped like 5 times.
Every time he's getting some pressure on, he can't do.
He did take a little damage, but you know, Rodney Hitton is calling for Dalvin Blair now on social media. Would love to see those two guys go because those two guys can throw. It's going to be an exciting fight between those two guys. I'd love to see it. Hopefully we see that by the end of this year because that should be an exciting matchup. The final fight I want to talk about is the fight between Lex Ludlow and Lewis Rumsey, bro. Lex Ludlow can cut a promo. He can cut a promo. Listen to he gets a dominating win over Rumsey, drops him so many times, and at the end of the fight, he cuts the promo. Like, it's just beautiful.
Then how about a Wells Fargo? That 205-pound champion, that little bitch Chris Camozzi fights me instead. If Chris Camozzi doesn't want to fight me, I have a better idea. A title eliminator against Yoel Romero at Wells Fargo. I'll fight you. I'll fight Yoel Romero. I'll fight any one of you. You're a paper champion. You're boring. Nobody knows who you are. You're a transitional champion. I'm going to take your fucking belt, and I'm going to take your pride. I'm going to take your fucking heart, Chris Camozzi. Then how about a Wells Fargo?
Yeah, he beat Rumsey up pretty good. Now, I appreciate the promo. I appreciate. I love it. He needs some more fights. He needs some more fights. He's 2-0 now. He doesn't have the name recognition, the name value of Yoel Romero being real. Like we can take a breath here. I love the excitement. I love all of it, but he beat a guy that was 2-4. Like, we got to take a breath. We got to take a breath here. I think there's a lot of fights you can make for him. And they didn't show the first person he called out was Fedor Emelianenko. He called out Fedor and he called him a Russian piece of shit. You know, but yeah, he went all in. He went all in on this one, and he called out everyone he could call out. I do look forward to seeing him fight again because he's a good fighter. He's tough in the heavyweight division, but there are a lot of guys at heavyweight he can fight. And Yoel Romero will not be that guy. Yoel Romero is going to fight in September at the Hard Rock. We already know it. It's been announced. So the fighter that he's going to fight has not been announced, but it won't be Lex Ludlow. It will not be him. So there obviously I think there's going to be some shifts done in terms of divisions. I do believe they're going to create a super heavyweight division. Just based on conversations I've had, I do think a super heavyweight division is coming because Romero's fighting at heavyweight and he weighs like 230, 240. He's big as hell now. He's not the guy you used to watch at 185 or 205. He's walking around at 230, 240. Got to be something like that. And he's not going to fight Leonardo Perdomo. So, because Perdomo weighs almost 260 and he's a wrecking machine. And I don't think they want to do that. I think there's a possibility we're going to see a super heavyweight division be made for the biggest dudes and a heavyweight division, which will feature Yoel Romero. That's just my thoughts, my opinion. But y'all let me know y'all thoughts in the comments about this fight card. If you saw it, I'd love to hear what you have to say about it. Again, we will be doing a live this Saturday night, Sturgis, Gogo, Slavetsky versus Julian Lane. Please do jump on board. It starts off at what time, just so I can let you know the time. Starting off at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So that card has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 fights on the card that I see right now. That's always subject to change. It is being headlined by Gogo and Julian Lane. Taylor Starling faces Shelby Cannon as the co-main event. And the place is going to be absolutely bananas. You already know it, how it was last year. It was crazy. And I see a lot of names here that I believe some of them fought last year on this card. But it's going to be a banger of a night. And I wish I could be there, but fortunately can't make it. Well, I appreciate y'all continued support. As always, like the video, subscribe to the channel, ring the bell, leave a comment. This is Combat Corner, powered by Come On Now, the podcast. Come on now.
Up and down through the blood and the sweat. Guarantee you can know I'm a threat. Up and down